Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ammo preferences, welcome to the Republic After Dark. So we all know that I love Streamlight, so we're going to take a look at a couple of them real quick. So this is one of my favorites. This is the TLR-7A. This is the TLR-7X. As you can see, the beams are practically identical. As a matter of fact, the beams are identical. So why one and not the other? Let's talk about it a little bit more. And welcome back to the lights. So, speaking of lights, again, this is the Streamlight TLR-7A. Now, we're not so vaguely familiar with this guy. It's the same one I have on my carry shadow systems. Also the same that I have on the Smith & Wesson Shield EZ. So, I use him a lot. I like him a lot. Of course, we are completely clear. He's just a really good light. He's a 500 lumen, 50,000 candela light with interchangeable switches. They are the push switches, and I say push as in you push from behind, which we'll discuss on a couple other lights later, but it seems that I actually like better than I do some of the others. He does have, you can rotate this guy and lock it so that you can't turn the light on or off, a feature that I never ever use. He has a permanent on, a temporary on, and a strobe. So again, I do really like the features that the TLR series has, that Streamlight carries, and it's just overall, it's a really good light. It works well for a carry gun. Now, this, on Dalton's shadow systems, is the TLR-7X. So, going a little bit closer with these guys, what we notice is that we really don't notice much of a difference. Aside from these two little vents that are cut into here, they look exactly identical. Now the difference, according to Streamlight, is that while both use a primary battery system of the CR123A, the X is a multi-fuel system that can also utilize Streamlight's SLB9 USB rechargeable battery. Now, both of these things are exactly, and when I say exactly, I mean exactly identical. They're the same length, width, height, weight, power, everything. And they use the same primary fuel system. So are you really going to tell me that the X can utilize, and yes, we are clear here too. I know I didn't show you that, but you're going to tell me that the X can utilize the SLB9 USB rechargeable battery system, but the A can't use it? I'm calling bullshit. Calling bullshit. I am saying that these are not only physically identical, I am saying that they are the identical light, and all you've done is rebranded. Now, this is made even more clear by the fact that there is actually one difference, aside from these two cute little vents, one additional difference between the 7A and the 7X. And that is that the 7A has been retired, no longer exists, thus solidifying my point that it's all bullshit. It's a matter of rebranding. It's kind of like the cheat that Glock uses a lot. We're handing you the same fucking gun. We're just calling it something a little bit different. So, yeah, my beloved TLR-7A is now dead. Welcome to the TLR-7X, which is just the TLR-7A rebranded. Was it stupid? Yes. Is it fooling anybody? No. But welcome to the world of marketing. It's a common thing. I can't hate on TLR too much for it. The TLR series, you can't hate Streamlight too much for doing exactly what everybody else, not just in the firearms industry, but in the world in general does. Rebranding's just a thing. Usually you hold off until your brand begins to drop. And since the TLR-7 had the 7A, the 7 sub, wasn't really dropping. Now they have added a couple of others. So there's the 7X, there's the 7X sub, which will be used on things like the Glock 43s, the Glock 48s, the 6-hour 365s, probably the Hellcats from Springfield. So smaller subguns like that. But they also have an HL. So there's a 7HLX, which is a higher lumen. So it's, instead of a 500 lumen, it kicks up to 1,000 lumens and like 500,000 some bullshit candela. And of course a TLR-7 HLX sub. So they're just, I'll tell you what, it's beginning to be like a lot of other communities out there, not mentioning any in particular, that add a new vowel and a plus and a number and a whatever the fuck every 5 minutes. But they do have a couple of different models of it. Didn't really look too much to see if the HL versus the non-HL were, as far as I can tell, they're basically the same size, just different power. Now, one drawback that I can see to using a rechargeable battery on these guys is one is going to be the battery life itself, because you're using a lot of that charged area from the battery to add the USB charging system into. So same size battery, but you're having to put that USB charging system into it. So that's actually less charged space. And for, a gun that on my carry, and I will say before I do this, that this gun is live. So it is not a cleared weapon. For this guy to have been on here for about 3 years now, 2 years, 3 years, and I actually do use my light, because out here we've got things like snakes and coyotes and skunks and all kinds of other critters that like to roam around at night. And when I'm walking the dogs, not a great thing. So occasionally I do have to pull my light and just see if what's over there in the dark is just a cat, or if it's something that's going to try and eat me and the dogs. So I do use mine. We're back to Dalton's gun, by the way, and mine is holstered. And this one is still clear. But, so for a couple, 3 years, and my light's still running. So does it really need a rechargeable battery? I mean, if you're running light drills like nonstop or just keeping your light constantly on for the hour and a half that the battery life supposedly has with the CR123s, sure, maybe. Am I saying it? No. But the TLR-7Xs do ship both ways. It depends on the package that you get. So some of them, like Dalton's here, actually shipped with the CR123A battery, whereas they are also shipping standard with the SLB9s. So it just depends on which package that you get as to which system that you get. If it were me and I accidentally picked up the one with the rechargeable battery system, I would probably turn around and buy a CR123A battery. Just saying. But hit me in the comments, like, subscribe, let me know what you think about it, and let me know if you've even tried these, and let me know if you even give a shit whether they put a rechargeable battery in your weapon light. Until next time, bye.